Good morning, hello, and happy Saturday. I am obviously a little bit late today. Let myself sleep in until 8:15 or so. Normally I wake up at 6, so that was pretty nice comparatively speaking. But because of that, I haven't really set up anything on the computer. Also on top of that, I was chatting with somebody in Togglebits Discord the other day, and I want to go respond to that. Um, wait, maybe somebody else fixed it. Wait, I think there's a lot of stuff going on. Now I'm confused what's going on over there. All right, so somebody was trying to use a lib a lib folder. Okay, hold on. Let me go up and I'll just respond to him. Let him know I'm streaming. Where was that? It's up here. I'm streaming now. If you want to stop by and we'll figure it out. Okay, that's that. Back to here. Steven, hello. Folders aren't alive. I mean, they can be. Just because nothing on a computer is alive doesn't mean we can't make them alive. No, I was trying to pronounce but failing lib. So let's actually jump into a let's see, what is it? It's Command R for rename. Oh, Command Tab R for rename. Um, how do we know that we're alive? Everything is predetermined. I mean, I don't think that predetermined and alive are mutually exclusive things. I think that you can have a predetermined everything and also be alive. I mean, that's just a thought. Okay, so enter name. What should I call this? This should be playgrounds. All right, we're going to code playgrounds. All right, we want we'll do a. Oh, you know what I need to do at the beginning of this? I need to I also need to do a witch on Rust Analyzer. Okay, so your homebrew version. So I need to update homebrew version of Rust Analyzer to get the latest. Okay, I thought maybe I would be getting the latest from Rust Up now, but I don't think that's true yet. At least let's do a Rust Up update though. They've added Rust Analyzer to Rust Up, so that's a nice thing. Okay, so let's do a cargo new. This is gonna be a binary, so we have a main, and I want lib as folder. That's gonna be the name of this application. So we cd into libs folder. Do I ever dream about school randomly? Rarely. I dreamed about school randomly a lot more when I was going to school, uh, shortly after I went to school, not too often anymore. I mean, I think there was a few times that I dreamed like I don't know 5 years ago, or so that would like just randomly dream about, oh, I'm late to class or something like that. Let's see. Okay, so let's open up Helix here. Go to main. All right, so the idea here, and I think the sort of the question, the problem was that we have so in source, we have main. We want a bunch of other files to do all this stuff, so we don't have to put everything to main. Normally, what you see me do is I create a lib.rs file. And that is, I mean, that's pretty normal. We see a lot of people do that. But what if we wanted to create a lib folder? And then for that lib folder, we have a mod.rs and maybe some like, my, we'll call it like logit.rs. So we'll have some code inside of there. Okay, so let's I guess we'll go backwards. So first in logit, we'll have a pub function log. This will take in, it'll take in something, so like my string that impulse display. And let's then debug. Actually, I think we could just print line. Can I do that with print line too, or is that just format? I don't remember. Okay. So I do that. I'm not getting any help with this yet. Okay, so there's that. Then we want to go to mod and lib, and we want to pub mod and what was it? Logit? I think that's what it was called. Yeah. And then in main, I want to figure out how to pull that in. So if I do something like mod lib, this should yell at me quite a bit. That's what was happening. And then I could do lib logit log. Hi there. I like how I'm not getting any help with Rust Analyzer on this one. That's great. All right, let's try coming back down to this, and we'll do a cargo run. Oh, okay, cool. So problems. Expected a semicolon on mod line 1. Do I have to restart the LSP? Maybe that will help. Oh, the language server just exited right away. That's not a good sign. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, couldn't find display. Okay, so in logit, we need to find display. Language server is not running. It just exits right away. That's not a happy language server. Okay, so I think it's use standard. Oh, where I don't remember where display is. Standard format display. That's what it is. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, so technically this works, but we have a pretty nasty warning here. Twisted Seed, hello. I mean, we have a warning, and my LSP is completely refusing to work. So that's fun. So what we have here is we have saying, let's see, warning, found module declaration for lib.rs. Note, lib.rs is the root of this creates library. To refer to it from other targets, use the library's name as the path. And so, yeah, so basically, lib as folder would be the path there. So the problem, though, is that we're not trying to do something normal. We're trying to do something a little bit weird here, at least as far as Rust is concerned. So if we take a look at the way this looks here, we have a folder named lib and stuff inside of that. And it works. Like, this technically works. Let's try renaming lib. So rename lib to like my lib, something like that. And then if we go to main, so instead of mod lib, we'll do mod my lib. Okay, so if we do that, now next question. Still exiting out right away. So I actually don't know if this is a problem with Rust Analyzer. Maybe, I mean, it shouldn't be a new version. Maybe it's a new version of like Rust type stuff and is unhappy with this. I'm not sure. That I don't like the language server exiting right away. That's not a good sign. But if we run this again, I misspelled that. Okay, that works just fine. So we can absolutely rename the lib folder to be something else, and then as long as we do this. Now, let's say we want to use that lib. Musean was in the Discord and was talking about some really interesting things that we can do. Let me see where that is. Okay, I have to go. There's so much chat in there. Okay, you can name module that, but you have to explicitly state where the create root is in cargo.toml via bin or lib. Okay, so then we have this link talking about it. Okay, target auto discovery. So by default, Cargo automatically determines the targets to build based upon the layout of the files in a file system. So lib, bin, okay, so things like that. The automatic target discovery can be disabled so that only manually configured targets will be built. Setting the keys auto ban. Okay, so that's great. This doesn't really say much about how to use this. Because let's say in source here, I don't want a lib.rs. I want that folder, and I want it to see that as the root. It almost feels okay. So we have things like bind here. Okay, so can we just throw this in there? I wonder if it'd be bind the name, something like that. So we have lib name. This doesn't feel right. Oh, and then I have to change this back to under main. I would want to do something like that. Okay, so it doesn't like that. I can't find library libmod.rs, rename file to source lib.rs, or specify lib. Oh, path. Okay, so it's not. There it goes. It gave us some help. So it's not name, it's path. That might work. Couldn't read libmod.rs, no such file directory. Oh, because I renamed it to mylib. Okay, so let's move mylib to lib. Okay. Couldn't read file libmod.rs. Oh, is it? Do I have to say that it's in source? Ooh, okay, okay. So that kind of worked. So we still have that warning though. Now I'm curious if I want to put stuff into there. So can I now go into main and do it the correct? So instead of doing the mod, can I now change this to just use lib as folder? Yes. Okay, that works. Okay, so lib as folder, use this, and now also inside of source, we have a folder named lib with a mod.rs. So that works out nicely. So let me go ahead and screenshot this. Here's how I could use lib. Oh, I guess there's one more. Oh, I shouldn't use that image. Okay, so here's how I could use lib as a folder without errors or warnings. Okay, let me maybe instead of this, we're going to add in a split. I want to split down. I think that's horizontal. Nope, not that split. B split. No, H split. Okay, and then you are going to go to cargo.toml. No. Toml. Okay, and then we're also going to open up you. So that's what we're showing. Okay. There's 2 museums. Okay, it's that one. Thanks, museum. We're pointing the way. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So if we ever want to, I don't. So personally, I'm perfectly happy with having lib as a lib.rs and then throwing everything else into folders if I want to. Having it as a folder in here is perfectly fine. We just have to tell it where it is. Like, where's the library section of this? And then it works. So, fun things to look at. All right, one more try. Can I find binary path? Okay, let's open up main.rs. Okay. Just exit right away. I don't like that. Okay. How about that again? Yeah, it just exits right away. That's I hope that's not a sign for things to come. Let's go ahead and get things started, set up in here though. I always do a git pull, uh, even if I haven't used it somewhere else, just out of habit. Just that I always set that up. Okay, success and server listening. All right. Let's see. I want to go to. I believe the problems we're having right now is in the create course. Uh-oh. Language server exited right away. That's all right. Let me do that. I don't know what expose is. I never really pay attention. So I'm gonna do that over here. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, I have to change accounts. So let's see. I want to su dash to my other account. And then I'll update and upgrade. Okay, hopefully this will upgrade Rust Analyzer. And then hopefully it just starts working. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem. And we have to spend some time figuring this out today. Because programming without Rust Analyzer sucks. I'm not seeing it update that though, which is a little bit concerning. All right, let's I guess first we'll try to restart. Okay. Rust up. Okay, so let's double check our dot files. Let me make sure I didn't like accidentally break these. Okay, I am trying to use Clippy. I wonder if that is causing problems. I am not allowed to write to these. Right, because I have to write in the other area and then it syncs, I think. Okay, so if I save there, yeah, okay, so that's commented out now. That's not good. So I'm not using Clippy anymore for this. I don't have anything else for that. Did I wonder if Helix updated and now it's broken. Okay, so what's going on with that? What am I? Why is this happening? Oh wait, there's a way for me to get the logs from this, and I can also look for help, and I forget exactly what that is. So Helix Editor, it has somewhere in documentation what I can do to look at this. Stacking, hello. I can only attach one LSP at a time, but I'm not trying to, right? I'm only trying to attach this one. It was working the other day and it just stopped working today. So that's it's not great. Yash, hello. I'm doing good. How are you doing today? Where's the logs? Oh, and there was the health thing, right? Where we can do helix dash dash health. Is that a dot after that, or is that okay? I think that's after that. Okay, so for Rust Analyzer is I don't think I need a runtime directory, do I? Oh, but here's a log file. Okay. Can I do something where I just say like, hey, to show me Rust? Oh yeah, it does. Okay. So Rust debug adapter LDB VS code not found in path. Do I need to install this? Maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure. But these are working, or at least it claims that it's working. Okay, so maybe I lost you somehow. Okay, so you. I somehow set my iTerm to only open full screen, which I'm not super pleased about. So now I'm just using normal terminal when I'm switching over to my other account. Okay, so brew. I want to brew. The update already happened, so let's do a brew search for that LLDB VS code. See if can. Okay, there's no homebrew for that. Uh, where do I go and find that? Oh, binary for language server. Okay, so this is also checking. This is checking from my local Rust analyzer from RustUp, and not the one from. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if I echo. So it's dot cargo. So here's the dot cargo. And then the homebrew one is after that. So the cargo one gets picked up first. I wonder. I'm curious now. If I put that the other way. So what I can temporarily do is we're going to temporarily update the path. So I'm going to do export path equals slash opt homebrew bin. Okay, so I want opt homebrew bin is in there twice. That doesn't seem right. Okay, so colon and then everything in path. So do that. Now I have it in there 3 times. Great. Okay, so if I do that, now we do our Helix health again. Okay, now you're gonna grab it from here. That's great. Let's try opening Helix again. Ooh, okay. So, stacking, you're using Helix, right? Can you verify or validate is the latest Rust analyzer from Rust Up broken for you? At least in Helix, because I just switched to the homebrew one and it started working again. So we just did a Rust Up update today and that caused a problem. Which doesn't make me too terribly happy about this. But it gets me going forward. Okay, so well at least we can program again. So I'll take it for that, and at least we have two Rust analyzers in the system. We can choose which one we want. Maybe I'll write a script to sort of like swap which one is in the lead in the path. That could be later though. Let's figure out what we're doing. Right. Okay. So if I remember correctly, we go and we attempt to create a course and just nothing happens. And that's probably because one of those returns we put in there, I'm not getting the course information. And we have this right here. So we have a bunch of these else returns, and these are causing issues, I believe. So I think what I want to do is say something like, um, you know what I'd actually like to do? I would like to log this to the messages. Let's go to the main store. The main store, do I have anything for message? Oh, I have set alert right here. So that just sets the alert message there. Okay, that's nice and easy. So I can do that. And then the other thing is I want to go to the alert component, and let's use okay. We have if that's some message. Is that actually? Oh, the alert is a type, so I have to actually go to types. Oh, it's just an attribute value, so it could be empty. Could be empty. So, pub message. Okay, so I want to go back to alert. Okay, so I don't need this to be an if let sum anymore. Although maybe I do want it to be. We have our banner, we have our text. This is now gonna be store.alert.message. Clone. Do you need to be okay? I think it likes that. Everything else I just ignore for right now. Um, Maybe we just set these to be whatever we feel like. So banner type is BB. There it is. Banner type. Um, Error warning. Error. Icon. Do an icon type. BB icon type. Sure, you could be a star. Close on click. Is that on click? Okay, so and that this. Oh, we can set this to be nothing, can't we? So we could say something like main store set alert. We pass into dispatch and we set it to be just nothing. I probably want to set it to be like a none, don't I? That'd probably be best. Expected that. Do I have to clone you? I do have to clone you. Okay, I don't need you anymore. All right, well, that maybe gives us a base of what we want. So now on create course. Now what I would like to do is say main store, let's set alert, pass in dispatch, we'll clone you in, and then this will be missing tag ID. And I think that's the one. Also, why aren't you giving me help there? Cool, we got that. Oh right, because it's empty there. Are you seeing weird sparklies? I'm seeing weird sparklies on my display. Like right around here. Not on the left-hand side, just on. No, I see it. Oh, yeah. So the issue. Rust Analyzer stopped working. So I did a Rust update, got to the latest. I hadn't done that before. So that got the latest Rust, everything, but that also got me the Rust Analyzer from Rust Up now. And Helix stopped working with, like, it just wasn't, it was, the LSP was exiting right away. So it wasn't getting anything working with that. I switched my path to use the Rust Analyzer from Homebrew earlier, and everything started working again. So something about that Rust Analyzer isn't happy with Helix. The one where I did a Rust up today. So I don't know if it was working like a couple days ago because I hadn't done it recently. The question was, is that happening to you? And I am seeing sparklies in my preview. Okay, that's not cool. So I think I don't have a. Give me a second. Let's quit that out, and I'm gonna unplug and replug in my HDMI cable. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay, how about you? Are you back? Yeah, no sparklies. Okay, so now let's come back and try this again. So we're going to do create the course, title. So title, we have tag is sure you, something long, something short. I want to see this happen in a network with no error. Nothing. Oh, missing tag ID. Okay. So that is indeed what is happening. So that's what I thought. And this makes it so much easier to do these dispatches, to set these. Okay. I do like the idea of going back to having the alerts be like maybe an option. It's like an option with that. Pub message. Do I want anything else in here? I mean, eventually, yes, I do. But if I just do something like that, and then let's see. So in the main store, we're gonna have to set you to be a sum. Okay, so that you're happy there. And then I need to go back to the alerts, and we need to redo this essentially. Let's go back to where we were before. There. Okay. Now I'll do this again. Let. Oh, and this one I probably want like a reset alert to like turn off the alert. So I want something like stop alert, like reset alert. Okay, so we do that there for you. Why are you upset? Closing delimiter bracket. Yeah, how did I lose that one? Oh, now I have lots of errors. Bullfirst Dad, hello. You spent 30 minutes trying to figure out why you couldn't transfer your Windows ISO over to your USB. Found out that FAT32 file systems limit file transfers to 4 gigabytes. Yes, FAT32 has a huge limitation for that. It really sucks. I remember back when I was a sysadmin trying to like copy things over, and I just gave up and used what did I do? I reformatted them as something. NTSF something. That was the new one. There was a different file format that I would format the USB drive as, and allowed me to do larger files. NTFS, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I reformatted it as that and then it worked. But you can only do that then on modern computer type stuff. I think Linux could work, Mac couldn't, but Windows would, and so it depends upon what target was. Those are fun times. Okay, what are you upset with? Trait pound. Oh, because there's all these messages. Okay, so I want. All right, so this is gonna be fun. So anywhere there's one of these. How many are there? Okay, that's one line. That's one line. These are all one lines, right? It looks like it. So if I come up here to the top and I do maybe like, I don't know, go to the end, I want to search for store.alert.message equals something like that. So we're going to hit you. Want some. Okay, well that didn't really work out the way I wanted to. All right, so set alert, dispatch reduce mute. Oh, because I already had a sum in here, didn't I? I want that. So you're happy. Reset alert, you become a none. Okay, you're happy here. Right, okay, so back to the alert component. So set, we have our dispatch. We clone that, and then we just, oh, I don't want to set alert. I want to reset alert. Reset alert. Okay. This won't be alert store anymore. This will, whoa. This will now be store dot alert dot message. Okay, so give me that. That gives me you. I don't need you. I can just go ahead and clone you because you're an H attribute message. Okay, so that gives me that. You then, okay, so message.clone becomes the text. Banner type. So we can set you to just always be that other one for right now, I think. So banner type warning, error. Banner type error. Icon. Icon. We could just do a star, I guess. And then on click, do that. Why can't you be a star? Is there no star? So one of the things I'm not super unhappy about that. It's like why can't Rust Analyzer even inside of macro figure this out? But it's inside of macro inside of macro, so it's having a little bit of trouble. We can just go take a look at it. I want to go take a look at what is it called? Icon. Right. Everything's broken. So yeah, stacking, this is what's happening. Language server just quits immediately when it's using the Rust up version of Rust Analyzer. What makes it even worse is I didn't even need to go through with that. I thought I needed to get the Windows ISO onto the USB to flash it. I just needed to plug my USB into the Windows machine and flash the ISO onto it. I spent 30 minutes getting the Windows ISO onto it for no. Oh, you copied the ISO onto it as opposed to um, restoring the ISO to it. Yeah, I know that pain. When I was working as a sysadmin, we created, just because like thumb drives were not big enough for a lot of this type of stuff. Plus, we wanted way more things on there too. We created portable um, portable disk drives. So we buy like a full disk drive, put into an external case, and then we have like a decent amount for like software and other stuff that we're going to install into it, and then also we throw in the we restore like the ISO and everything else that we're going to clone to it. You're so sad you found someone selling an 8-string left-handed electric guitar. It's a really, really good one, and it's only like $400. We don't have the money for. Oh no! It sucks when that happens, where it's like you find something you really want, but it's just like not right now. Like it's just like, oh, if they just found it like a little bit later, a little bit later. Well, I'm sorry about that. And hopefully, when you are ready for it, you can find it. I mean, you could ask the person, like if it's going to be a month or two, you could potentially ask the person and just say like, "Hey, I really want to buy it for you. I can have a guaranteed sale for you in a month." See if they'd be willing to go for it. Um, yeah, Star is here, so I can totally do Star. Why are you yelling at me? No associated item found. Star for BB icon. Oh, wait. Did I not pull in BB icon? Is that my problem? Let's try it again. BB. Okay, BB icon. Is it BB icon type and not BB icon? Oh, it's BB icon type. That's what the problem was. Okay, BB icon type Star. There we go. Okay, you're happy there, and so that will make that go away. I don't have to clone you anymore because I already cloned you. Okay, so you're happy there. All right, so if I attempt to, oh no, I logged out again. Okay, create a course. So new course. We'll do you, our long description, our short description, missing tag, and then I can make that go away. Nice. Okay, so slowly getting back to where I want to go. All right, so missing the tags. Let's fix that next. So we have create course. Now what my thought is that this tag isn't actually a number. This is an as string. Okay, so that's an as string. So this is tag as a string, and then I want to turn this into so tag ID is going to be equal to the tag dot parse, and we parse this as an I64. Okay, so tag ID is not a number. Do you not parse? Do you just quit out? Oh, it's a result. Okay. It's not an okay. Or it's an okay instead of a sum. Oh, right, and then you need to be an into. I should update the dispatch to take something that does into an attribute value. And then I can just do an into on that. And then it makes it a little bit simpler. Like I can pass in a string, I can pass in something else. That would make it a lot nicer. All right, so now I have all that. We're ready to go. So I think this now is gonna work. Let's find out. So we'll do, first of all, how many courses do I have? Okay, courses. I have a lot of courses here, including you one. I kind of want to just delete all these and reset. So let's delete I mean, all of these are just like nothing. So I can't do the article content. I have to do the articles first. I don't know if I can do a bulk delete here. That would be nice, but like I understand that they don't put in a just delete all your stuff button. Probably gonna have to wait till end of July until you get paid from the new job. Rest of your money you get, for example, for student loans, in case you. Yeah, I suppose an apartment is better than a guitar, but yeah, that's because we're responsible adults, right? So that's course articles in there, courses here, down responsibilities. That's absolutely true. That's what it feels like sometimes. All right, so we got nothing in here right now. So I can create a brand new course. Sort of responsible adult. Okay, well, I mean, we have to accept some things, right? Like we have to give ourselves some things. All right, so let's do u.020. Tag is going to be you. Long description is you is pretty nice. You. Sometimes responsible adult. Meta responsible. All right, here we go. Hey, looks that. Okay, so what I would like after we create that is we should have the message to say, hey, we created a new message. That would be nice, which does means that we can start putting into the types. We can put in under here we have a message option attribute value, and then we can have a pub like message type, or maybe this is alert type. That's going to be, I don't need this to be an option. This can actually be the thing. So it's going to be a banner type. We can also do the alert. No, it's the icon. So the icon, and it's going to be a BB icon type. Okay, so default's not implemented for this, so we have to go change that. So I can't do anything with this. Best case is still there when you get paid. I feel like the market for left-handed 8-string guitars is pretty slim. Yeah, that's a hope. That's a hope that nobody else is going for it. Let's see. Okay, BB icon type. I want, okay, so default in here. Right, I'm not getting any help with this. This is fun. So we could do star as the default. I feel like maybe we'll just do the star, and we can go like that to say, okay, the star is the default one now. Okay, that successfully recompiled. We're back to here, and I can just resave, and that will be fine. You'll now have trouble. Apparently not. Oh, because these are defaults. They're set to defaults. So now let's head over to the create course. Oh, this wouldn't be in create course. This would be in the main store. So insert the new course. This happens if it's okay. Our course is insorted. That's fine. I would also like to say store.alert.message equals sum, and we should do a. I mean, I could actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, what if I do set message, set alert, dispatch, clone that, and this message is going to be course created. Okay, it doesn't like that because of you. I need a move. Probably also need to clone you. Hey, that works. Okay, cool. Cloning everywhere with the smart pointers. It's fine. Everything's fine. So now if I, okay, so we have Yew 0.20. We want to create Axem like 0.7, I think is the one that's up there right now. I don't have any other, oh, this happened again. Okay. Axem 0.7, do Axem, long description, backend framework. I mean, it's shorter, right? So then, okay, it inserted it, but I didn't get the new message. That's too bad. It was successful. That should have been in here, right? It's not like I completely forgot to save it, right? Which absolutely I may have done. New. No, okay. So that's happening. All the I still wanted to think about like how I want to do the alert system. So that still needs to be sort of like rethought out a little bit. But that's working. Okay, great. At least the create course part is working. If not the alerts. So then I should be able to come here to courses and see the courses. So I think that's the next thing. Do you think that maybe it's not maybe running it in the box pin? I can't actually call set alert on it. I have to just do it myself. I wonder about that. The other, I don't think I was getting an error with this. So we could try this. We could try alert message some, and then this would be course created. Okay, so if I do that, I wonder if there's some weirdness with the box pin, and the dispatches should be fine with cloning that. Okay, let's try this again. So create the course course again. That's what it was. Okay. So now I have the course created. I have the message coming out there like that. That's okay. Then I want to I guess the lesson here is I can't do a dispatch inside of a dispatch, which kind of makes sense. Okay, so then I get that one. Now I want to see the courses. So this is courses. Doesn't matter if I'm logged in or out. So we're gonna go to pages, courses. Okay, so I get the main store. Okay, courses. This is, we're going to change you to store courses. That gives me a hash map, but that's the same as what we had before. So we iterate through, we get all these things, and then that should just work. Point at a different thing. Except all these errors that we got. No field name on course. Is it title? It's title. And short description. Okay. Oh, and they need to be intoed too. So yeah, it needs to be intoed. So I wonder if I can change the clone to just an into. Oh, type annotations needed. Oh, interesting. I want to go into an attribute value. Consider moving the, okay, so clone and then into. Oh, okay, so doesn't like that. How about if we do attribute value from what did I get rid of here? This was attribute value from, this can be the store course. Okay, what do you need? Oh, it takes something that goes into a string. Oh, okay. So the title of something goes into a string. Store course is this course. If we go take a look at the types, course, everything here is an attribute value. Okay, so everything here is an attribute value. So I think I want to just reset this. So we want the title, and it's something that goes into a string. So I probably just, okay, so I think that makes it simple. I'm going to do store course. Get the title as stir. That's what we want. None of all whatever I'm trying to do here. I'm making it way too complicated. So this is gonna be store course text. This will be the short description as stir. There we go. Much easier. Russ Regrez, hello. And then also Claven X, hello. Good morning. Wait, we had a raid. Claven X, hello. Welcome. How are you working on? No, what were you working on? How was your stream? And how are you doing? You were working on some Rust too? What are you working on? Also, I should be following you. If I'm not, let's... Oh, I can't click on your username and follow you because it gives me the mod tools, which is not great. Okay. No, that doesn't help either. Come on. I hate that sometimes with Twitch, where it's like, I want to do something simple, and it doesn't let me do something really simple. Okay, let's go to here. Claven X. And I can follow you from there. Perfect. You're doing well. We're creating Twitch alerts powered by AI, but you're mostly just doing front-end stuff today, and that was the worst. What kind of front-end stuff were you working on for that? Also, Twitch alerts with AI sounds really interesting. Like, are you going to set the alerts with AI? That sounds fun. Twitch is equally parts great and frustrating. That is a great way to put it. I would highly agree. Are you using Rust for the front end too, or are you using like a web front end where it's just like, React or Vue or just even vanilla JS? Yeah, so when you get a new follower or subscriber, it generates a personal story for them. Oh, interesting. Oh, that seems like it could be really cool and nice. You tried Yew, but you kicked your butt. Have you done front end before? Is this your first time working with front end, or is it just your first time working with Yew? You can be a little bit interesting. It's very similar to React. Okay, you're 100% back end. Totally understand. Back end stuff is very different from front end. It's so Yew is pretty much a clone of React, but into Rust form, which is great if you know React. But if you don't know React, it's basically it's rough. It can be rough. It can absolutely be rough. So totally understand. Technically, Yew wasn't at fault for the issue in the end. Oh, really? What was the issue? Did you figure it out? It's always nice to end on like at least finding an issue. You had a lot of issues. Well, I mean, we're programming, so of course we have a lot of issues. You need to go back to Yew app and see if it works now. Well, yeah. I don't know exactly what you were doing with it, but if it's working now, that's awesome. Yeah, let us know. And I followed you, so hopefully, if I have time, I'll jump onto your future streams and check out what the alerts are looking up to. Okay, so title text. Okay, so now do I see? I don't see courses still. Are you threading? Are you trying to put threads in Yew? Okay, so this creates my hash map of courses, and then I want to show them here. You put threads everywhere, but this was a threading issue on the back. Oh, in the backend WebSocket server. Okay. So it wasn't threads. Okay, threads on the front end are really interesting. Recently browsers allowed threads in. Like it's actually before I say that too much. How supported are they? Can I use threads? Oh, is it not called threads? I thought it was called threads, but maybe I'm wrong. Workers are technically a different thing. They also run in threads, but then recently, and then maybe it's not really a thing yet. Recently, it was announced that they're going to have threads in JavaScript in the front end and the back end, and you can create them, and they're separate from workers, which is, in my mind, just not like it's just starting to become confusing at that point in time. It's like why bother doing that? We already have ways of doing um, concurrent programming, so it's like why? I know. It's like threads in browser. Okay, so web workers or a service worker. Did it get removed and canceled? Did that not make it through JS? What's the working group name? I forget the name. Um, there's a working group that goes through everything, and if it as the standard, then it's like it's really there. And browsers add things before it hits the standard because reasons. I wonder if it got removed, and now it's just like okay, web workers are the way to go. But of course, you can have a service worker as opposed to a web worker, but it's also a worker. W3G, it's not TC38, TC39, TC38, TC something. Uh, they're the ones who get to say like what goes into JavaScript and like what it really is. But it could be W3G, it could be TC38, it could be something else. I don't know. And maybe I'm thinking of a Node thing, like a Node.js thing, as opposed to like a browser thing. I don't. There's so many aspects to where JavaScript gets run. It gets really weird and interesting. That being said, I this is a fun one. So you could create a piece of code to run on their browser when they're not using the site. That sounds interesting. Um, that sounds horrible. I mean, they're almost everything that almost anything that is interesting can also be absolutely horrific with the wrong hands. And the wrong hands always exist in programming. So, Bitcoin mining, here we come. I mean, it probably, I don't know. We can go in and take a look at it. It's an event-driven worker. It has no DOM access, so it can't start doing anything to it. It runs on a different thread. Okay, web storage can't be used, so it can't get access to your web storage. Static import, okay. it seems pretty limited to what it could do. I'm not, so I don't know enough about Bitcoin mining or any crypto mining. Do you need to do HTTP requests in order to do crypto mining? Because if you do, then well, wait a second. How would it do their initial thing if it can't have HTTP requests? So like it can't do XHR. Oh, synchronous XHR. Oh, so it can still do XHR. Web storage can't be used. So yeah, you probably can do Bitcoin mining with this. I mean, I don't think you'd ever make any Bitcoin, right? Like it's notoriously hard to like you need beefy computers to do Bitcoin mining, and I don't think you will even come close to it, but you can cause somebody's battery to go down really fast and their fans to turn on. So you could wreck people's computers with it. That seems fun. All right. Well, anyways, future stream idea. I mean, might be interested in looking into that too sometime in the future if I had a good idea for it. I generally don't like to do just hacker type things. But anyways, let's go over what I'm working on. I'm working on a front end application of it's called an LMS, a learning management system. We can see over here. I am attempting to view the courses that I've created, and they're not really showing up yet. I don't have any errors showing up in the console. It's all 99% Rust. There's like a tiny little bit of JavaScript, which I'm using as glue code. Maybe doing sort of like a facade pattern where I'm calling into that instead of into a library directly, which makes it a little bit easier for me to control it. And everything is done in Yew, and pretty much that's where it is. We are currently in the middle of a huge refactor because I changed the data setup. I'm using GraphQL and Hasura. So my database is a Postgres database, and I have Hasura sitting on top of that, which automatically creates the entire GraphQL thing. So I don't have to do any work myself for it. And I am attempting to get these courses, and I want to display them here. Nothing's displaying though. I'm not getting any errors either. So something here isn't working. So I need to figure that out. So we have, first of all, I did save this, right? I did. Okay. So we have our store. I am attempting to take, okay, so courses, we go to store. I iterate through those. I collect them in. So that gives me, okay, a hash map I64 course. I get the ID, I get the store course. I want to do this builder for each of the cards, which is going to be something. Story of your life, something is not working. It happens. It does seem to happen. Okay, so then we're returning this HTML, and I have a container component, and inside of that, I have a hero saying like all the courses available. So here's that hero with all the courses available. And then I have this card list with a title featured courses. Okay, so that's displaying there. Card data is these courses here, which means that you're not displaying what's going on here. Rust seems to like turning things into iterators. Well, of course. How will you otherwise like get through them? I don't know. I was trying to make a pun there, but I think that was just horrific. So sorry about that. Claven, thank you so much for the subscription. Gotta go deal with the kids. Going to go into lurking mode. This looks cool. So for me, front end is pretty cool, but I have been brainwashed with front end dev for a long time. So that's I'm in that sort of mentality and mode a lot. Anyways, have a great rest of your Saturday. Have fun with the kids, and I'll see you online some other time. Okay, so here's my feature course. Okay, so here's a div right thing. We have a header, and then just nothing in here. Absolutely nothing. That's fun. Okay, so how many are you? I have a sneaking suspicion. Let's do old fashioned Angular debugging. It's everybody's favorite type of debugging. I'm going to. Can I in here do like a debug? No, I don't think debug won't print out. Oh, I can do a format. I can format the courses. Um, can I do something like this? Courses. Okay, so modules card list, BB card data. The router routes doesn't implement debug. Okay, so I need. So first of all, router. You implement debug. That was. I think it was a card list. Not that one. Down here somewhere we have like the builder for it. Okay, card data, you're gonna have to do debug. You're browsing Apple's website for the M2 Air, and you hate when you need to scroll through a bunch of animations to get to the actual website. But the animations are the actual website. They make you just want to buy it, right? You know, I remember when the click jacking thing started. It was like 10 years ago or so. Um, and everybody was just super upset about it. They fix all these things now. Debug. But yeah, like clickjacking was the thing where that was the thing where it's like, okay, as I scroll, I'm gonna do something out. And it's like um overriding the scroll. And it's like turning it like removing it from like just a normal scroll to be like these animations and other stuff are running. And there was this big pushback against it. And then everybody just gave up. And it's just now it happens. So I guess cool, I guess. Um card. Okay, BB card type. You need to be a debug too. I should just make everything debug by default. Okay, so you now should format here. So therefore, well, that explains that. That's an empty array. So you aren't seeing. Okay, so you aren't seeing anything. You're not seeing anything because okay. So what's going on? Take it back to the time when all websites were just static text pages. I know, but like at the same time, if you try to use any of those, like if you go back to the Wayback Time Machine or whichever it was, and you try to use them, the experience is still horrible. It's I think what we want is we want to like move forward to simple and just drop a lot of extraneous stuff. That's really what we want. Okay. I want to. Okay, so I think I know what's happening here. We're getting the courses. The courses, I'm grabbing them from the store when the component first loads. I bet. I bet that if I come home first, I hit refresh. Oh, I was sort of hoping like, okay, that would show up, right? That doesn't show up. In my network, am I not getting courses? I thought I was getting everything. I'm not seeing everything be gotten. I got everything when I logged in, but not from the generic app. Okay, so that's a problem. Okay, so I want to be back in here. Okay, so what's going on with that? We need to go to app. I don't need you. Okay, so we have this use effect. Okay, so if auth is loaded, so if it's initialized, go ahead and log in from a refresh. If it's loaded, then get all the courses. Okay, so what would be causing problems here? Um, you know, like how the standard for how good a web page is nowadays is just how many animations and frameworks can I fit into this homepage? It sometimes does feel like that, doesn't it? This is this is the difference between uh, sort of like more graphic design type things and UX design, user experience design. And I think a lot of people get the two confused and don't really do proper UX. UX requires research. Like you have to actually watch users using it and then make decisions on that. The thing though is that Apple, I believe, does a ton of UX research. And so if they're doing that, still, to me, it's because it's working, it's causing more purchases to happen. And you being turned off of it will be like the percentage of people that don't do it. And you're like, that's okay. I'm okay. Is everybody else is going to convert over to it. And we have proof of that. So therefore, we're going to keep on doing it. That's usually what it ends up being, which sucks. Okay. So I bet offloaded. So I'm coming onto the I'm coming onto the base here. I want to check to see if this login from refresh. Okay, so I do this. We start loading. Okay, so if let okay, else. Okay, so load the cookie. If we don't have this, oh, you know what we should do here? Instead of just returning, we should say we are also loaded now at this point. So if I'm returning early, I also want to do essentially this. Um, await else return. So probably also this there too. I wonder if that will work. So if I come here, let's log out. I hit refresh. Courses there. Hit refresh. Courses are working. Okay, so we've got that, which means I can now go back to courses and remove our Angular style debugging. You feel like the grumpy old man is back in my day. Websites looked like Craigslist. All of them did. And we were happy. All these damn frameworks back in my day, all we had was HTML and we appreciated it. We didn't even have CSS. If we wanted to style things, we wanted to line them up, we used a table. And if we wanted to show somebody was like focusing on something, we put marching ants around it and everybody loved it. Okay, so got my courses. So you could go away. The dispatch, I don't think we need. So we can do that. Don't forget the header at the top of the website to show how many visitors it had. Oh my gosh, that thing. The GeoCities era of websites where it's like, visitors, you are the 10,000th visitor. And then it was like just constantly going up because it wasn't really actually hitting any server at all. It was actually just lying to you and just doing like a random number. Yeah, that was fun. Those are fun days. Okay, so we see the course here. So let's go into you like this. And okay, this is now the individual course. So now we have to fix this. It's been a while. I should commit this. All right, so we have can create a course and see list of courses. Okay. Oh, what's the difference between the -m and the -am? So the lowercase a, when combined with m, means do an automatic add. So when I do a git commit -am, I'm saying automatically add modified files. So anything that's modified here will now be automatically added in, and then the M is the message. Then immediately after that, I want some quotes and a message in there. If, however, there is a new file, the lowercase a will not add that. We need an uppercase a. The uppercase a is all, like add all. But, and this is something I would tell my students all the time, never, ever, ever do a capital -A. Oh no, sorry, you can't do that with a commit. You have to do that with an add directly. You have to do like git add dot or git add like a file name or git add -A. If you do a git add -A, always follow it up with the git status just to make sure, like, because this happens so often when you're first setting up a project. You have some files you don't really want them to be committed. Just find out what they are. Just double check. Yeah, so git commit -am will only do things that you already have in there, which is safer. If you do a git add, so if you do a git add dot, technically it's possible, like if you've added like a .env file and you've forgotten to put that into the git ignore, you could potentially commit and send that up when you don't want to. So just be careful about it. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I was pretty hard on students. If I saw a .env inside of their directories, I would kick it back and say like, nope, this assignment is not done. Remove it from Git and force them to learn how to do that. You only fail the assignment like 4 times before you start realizing, okay, fine, I'll start actually being careful about it. Okay, so we have all these things. Where am I? I'm in courses. So now I want to go to a single course. So this is going to be pages. It's not course access. Oh, it's course details. Pages course details. That's what I called it. So I taken the ID. So I have the ID of the course here. I want to let store spat. I keep on hitting page down by accident. I want to do that. Where am I? Okay. Dispatch equals store. Let's go to the main store. Okay, so fetch course. Okay, so I want to get. I don't need to do a fetch course anymore. Course equals. Okay, so course store. So this entire component is going to refresh and re-render every time that it reruns. So what I could do is a let sum. What's the rest here? Like have course is some. What is going on? What was I doing here? Like I completely gutted this in order to make it compile after making the change. I have this use effect once and I'm literally doing nothing in here. It's like have course, fetch course. I don't think I need to do any of this anymore because we guaranteed to have the course now. And if we don't, that's a problem. So I should just be able to grab the course out. Yeah, right here. Like these are all fetching course and all this stuff. I don't need to do any of that. So I don't need any of you. We're just gonna go, okay, if let course some course equals all right, so this is gonna be store dot courses. We're gonna get it's gonna be a reference to the props.id. That'll give me the course, okay. If I'm the author, if I'm an author, do I have that in my types? Oh, I have a role, baby role. Okay, so I probably want to just check to see if I'm an author there, but I can also put on the user if I'm an author. So I can do impl user pub function is author self. We'll do a boolean, and this will. I could match on this. I don't know if I need to. I think I can just do, because I think I have to have partial equal on these. So we could just say if self.role is equal to bb role author. And you know what? I don't need an if. What am I thinking of? I just do that. I just return that. Okay. So we have you there. We're going to head back to details. So this is going to be changed to, okay, so I want store dot user is author. Okay, so if I'm the author, show this off. Otherwise, actually, that's just a otherwise do nothing there. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna create a hero. So course, we change this. This is a title. Media. Okay, so course, mismatch types. Oh, doesn't GitHub have a built-in secrets tab on repos? What's the difference between that and using a .env? Great question. So the secrets tab is good when you're having GitHub do things to your code. So imagine that you're using something like GitHub Actions. Every time you commit, it's going to attempt to like build your code. It's going to maybe like run it or compile it or do something with that. It might need the equivalent of like what's in the .env in order to do that. So that's the secrets is basically here's a list of these secrets, put them into the environment variables inside of the what is it, like component or inside of the uh something like when it runs. It feels like it's running something in Docker, but it might be something slightly different. So that's where the secrets come in for GitHub repos. The .env is for you to run it locally, and you can't actually get the GitHub repo, the GitHub secrets on your local machine. Like once you set them, you can never see them again because they're encrypted, and that's like they're encrypted by GitHub. Um, does that answer your question, Bullfirst Dad? Does Rust do implicit returns there since it's a comparison operator? Yes. So I implicitly returned the comparison operator. I was about to do the rookie mistake of like the if this is true, then return true is like why? Although Clippy would yell at me quite a bit if I did that. Okay. Prab Hatexit. Hello. Sorry I butchered your username. Why is your VS Code looking like this? Well, as both of us had said, this is Helix. It is a terminal, editor instead of VS Code. So it looks very, very different. So I have a couple different sections to this. So in the terminal, I am using something called Zellage, and that gives me these things right here. And that also gives me these other windows. So Zellage gives me the ability to do multiple windows and sort of put them in whatever configuration that I want them to be. And then Helix is the editor, and that's just in this window right here. And it gives me very similar things to VS Code. I have Rust Analyzer running and working out for me, and it's helping out. And I have pretty much like I even get these types. It's like injected in, very similar. Thank you so much. Yes, I recently, so if you saw any of the YouTube videos from like more than a few months ago, that was VS Code. Now it's all Helix. We switched over when Helix did a big update and then added in the ability to have these injected everythings, like the inline errors and then the inline type hints, which is pretty nice. I've been happy with it so far. Okay, so one thing that's nice is I can do so Helix is interesting. Have you ever used Vim? Prab? I'll use Prab hat Prab Hatex or Prab hat exit. Is that what it is? Prab hat exit? Prab hat. Okay, I'll try to remember it's just Prab hat. So Prab hat, have you ever used like Vim or another terminal editor? Expected enum option string found. Oh, right. So you want clone, and I want an as stir. Oh, it's the option. Okay, you use those. So yeah, it's basically just like that. It's just like Vim, but rewritten in Rust. It also has a few different keyboard commands. Like for example, X selects the entire line, which is gets me every once in a while. Startup Builder, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so I want to clone this. I want to map you. And I want to turn you into, okay, so can I do this? Can I say attribute value as stir? Can I do something like, oh, I probably want as string maybe. Oh, okay, so it wants that. Type mismatch with a function signature. Oh, I was really hoping it would just work with that. It didn't. Okay, so this is going to be the URI, right? I want URI dot. What are you? Oh, how did I do? Okay, how did I duplicate that way? Um, I was attempting to hit one key and I a hit H by accident. I have no idea how I did that. Well, that's fun. Sometimes I badly feel like configuring a NeoVim all by yourself. You created an init.lua, and the next moment you feel annoyed and go back to VS Code with your Vim extensions. Um, I mean, yeah, so you can use something like Telescope. But let me show you. So, like, to get all of what I have right now, this is my language file to tell. Oh, I can put Clippy back on too, because that was something else. Let me do that really quickly before I forget. Where are you? I want to cd to config helix languages. Let's uncomment that out. Right out. Okay. All right. So if I bat that again, here's my languages file. This is telling Helix about the languages I'm using. So it's like saying, hey, when it's in Rust file, use Clippy. I have it running stuff for HTML, JSON, CSS, JavaScript. It's using Prettier, and this is all I need for the language part of it. And then for the config part of it, this is it. To get everything that I'm doing, that's the config file. It doesn't have to be any bigger, which is so much better than NeoVim. NeoVim and Vim, the config files end up being hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lines long, which like I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we get there with Helix. But there's so many defaults that are just set for you, and you don't need to worry about it. It is so much nicer, yeah. Now the negative is that it is a it's in beta still, so just the heads up of hey, it may or may not work for you. Uh, okay, so you're an iString. That's an HBO. No method name as string. There's okay, I can do an as stir. To string. Oh, I can do to owned. And then course name. Oh, right. This is title. You're probably gonna be the same thing, aren't you? Expected string, found I string. Okay, so. Oh wait, can I just do like two string? Maybe it's two string. Oh, that's probably what I want to do. I just want to do two string. Oh, which means okay. So if I just want to do that, I want to replace you with um two string like that. Really? I thought that would work. Um, can you use the Vim plugin with VS Code? I don't see why not. I've never liked the Vim plugin with VS Code, but it works. It's there. XLO Milo, hello. You want to learn to work more with keyboard instead of mouse? I mean, the best way to do that is just drop your mouse on the floor and not use it. The goal is not to get discouraged. Yes, absolutely. Um, it's super easy to get discouraged with this type of stuff. It just like that sort of growth mindset, remembering that you're trying to learn. And if you get really frustrated, take a break. Don't force yourself. Just do it when it's fun, and and have fun with that. If you have a little bit of money, see if I can find it. Vim Adventures. Vim Adventures. A game like this can be a lot of fun, where it just sort of teaches you the movements. It's been a long time since I've done something like this, so it's like okay, I'm just like moving around. It's like okay, great. Uh, can't remember. Like I was okay. I need to go. Need to go get like that treasure chest, right? It's like okay, well, I need to. If I'm starting here, how do I get past the rock? I think it's like if I jump. Oh, I don't have the B button yet, so I can't even do that. I have to move to like all these different places, and it forces you to learn like slowly over time. So it's like okay, let's go talk to this person. To reach the treasure chest, you should know words are separated by spaces. You need W, E, and B buttons, capitals to navigate words. So do I have that now? I don't have it yet. Uh, where was it? I have to go and find it. But like games like this can be a lot of fun. Oh, maybe I need to go get this treasure chest. Can I do like 5 left? Oh, I don't have the 5 key. Let's see. Come down here. Oh, do I have to talk to that person? I probably forgot to talk to this person. The built-in help. Okay, so how to do that? Let's see. I have to come back out to here. Can I do back? I don't have the back button. Can't move that way. I don't remember anymore how to do this one. I'd have to like go through and like actually follow the instructions, which apparently I didn't. Oh, treasure chest. I have the key for that, don't I? And I can't jump. Oh, it's so sad that I can't jump. Come here. Okay, now I can come out to here, and you say, okay, moving, but that doesn't moving up or down. Oh, right. So this is let me know that I can come over here, and I'm over here now. And I want to do the same thing this way. Very good. You learned the H. Okay, press escape to continue, and like it's a new puzzle. So a game like this could be fun if like you have trouble like learning it otherwise. Do I have to press W now? I don't have it. Okay, I now have W, so I can now move over like this. It's like great. Then I'm gonna get to. Oh, I have the W to get there, and then I can go up. And I have the E key, so I can go to the end of the line, as opposed to just the beginning of the one. And so I think there's like there's things in here for like what was it? There is okay. Now I can go back. And go up, back, and there. Oh, and I don't think I can go. I can totally go down. Got this one. So basically, it's a fun game. It shows you how to like move around as you're playing and like as you're using Vim. I think that after the first several levels, it's going to then say, "Hey, you need to pay for this to continue on." It's a full game, and I forget how much money it costs. But yeah, things like this. So here, I'll copy and push this into the chat. I have no idea. I think it's decently expensive once you get to the more advanced stuff, but I think you're fine if you're happy to go through just the tutorial part and just get the basics. That's all you really need, anyways. Everything else you can sort of learn on your own if you want to. How to jump above the water? I think that's the point. Is that you're not allowed to jump above the water. Like I can't go into the water. So if I need to go up there, I have to like realize, okay, to come up here, I have to go back to jump back another word, and then I can keep on jumping around here. So it's forcing you to think in the language of the shortcuts around the words and what's in the document, as opposed to I want to go up here, so let me just go and click on it. That's not going to work. Then you download Helix, and the verbs are the opposite order, and you go mentally insane for a week. Yeah, I mean, yes. So what you're saying, Stacking, is that we should create a Vim Adventures for Helix. I was really hoping that this would just work, but apparently not. That's too bad. So I'm going to map. Okay, so we're going to have the URI, and I want URI to string. Like that. Helix Adventures. Yeah, that could be it. Okay, so that's successfully working, which means that maybe you're working. Hey, we got a course. Okay, so now I have this. If I log in, I have to do this again. Okay, we're back to here. So courses, we'll go to you, go to the course articles. Okay, I have no article, so I need to create an article. I need to create an article next to make this work. So create an article and then we'll assign it to the course. So new article. And actually I should probably do like we can see we should commit. Oh, and if you're curious about like my GS and all that stuff, I created aliases. So like I have just like an alias GS equals, get status. It's a little bit easier to than just typing get status over and over and over and over again. All right, so I can do the -m again. So commit -am. We are like course details page working. All right, so next up, I want the create articles page. So we're gonna go into create article, and I did re-enable Clippy, so let's go ahead and just do that. Let's quit out of here. Reopen Helix. We'll go to create article. Okay, creating article. We're going to create, okay, so we have their title, we have our article body. When we create the article, it's going to go off and do the thing. I don't think we have, I think like all the things are missing for this. So I want to go to our database, into mutations. I'm going to want to create, so touch API insert article GraphQL. And we need to set that up here. Okay, API create article. I like to make that match what this is. So API insert article, insert article. We are taking in the title and article body. So we'll have title is a string that's required and a body, which is really content, isn't it? You want to use NX. So NX dev. NX is, I mean, I don't see why not. But that's the beauty about Linux-like things or Unix-like things. There's so many of them. Article body. Okay, so that's going to be the content. So we have body, and I think I want to change that name to content, and you're also a string. That's required. So we do that. Then in here, we're going to do an insert, which I am not allowed to do. I need to get my token. I am an author there, so that's good. Storage, let's grab this token. Okay. Insert LMS. All right, so this is where it gets interesting because I changed things around. We have article content and we have LMS articles. And this has the content ID. Do I need course articles here? Oh, we have course articles. Okay, so course articles is my join table. I have article content where that's going, and then I have the article. You want to store the token on local storage. Is this a good practice? No, it is not a good practice. The main reason for that is local storage is a little bit easier for things to access. So it's not quite as locked down in browsers as cookies are. So generally speaking, you don't want to put anything sensitive into local storage. Whereas cookies, you can put things that are sensitive. You want to lock them down. So like encrypting them would be really good if you can. It sort of like depends upon where they're originating from. Like for me, it's just a token, so I'm getting in the front end. I can't really encrypt it any further, so I'm going to store it into a cookie, and then that's going to be like as locked down as I possibly can make it for that. You have to store it somewhere, and no matter where you put it in a compromised computer, it can read it. I mean, yes, in a compromised computer, it doesn't matter, but in an uncompromised computer, a cookie is slightly better than local storage. Slightly. And then the next thing is, who needs to read the token? Does the front end need to read the token, or is the back end reading the token? Because that changes things around too. A JSON web token is completely fine in local storage. I mean, I guess it can be as long as it's short-lived enough. Oh, the backend? Okay, so if the backend is reading it, put it in a cookie with HTTP only on it, and that way you send the cookies to it, and the backend is the only thing that can possibly read it. So there's an entire thing about cookies and how they can make it. Let's see. Yeah, HTTP only. So MDN cookie HTTP only. So an HTTP cookie, it's a browser that sends it with each request to your server, and JavaScript on the front end cannot access it. It's not HTTPS only, I believe. I believe it's only HTTP only. I don't believe that they have an HTTPS. But you can set a secure so that it can only be sent over HTTPS. How do I know on the front end that the client is authenticated? Okay, so that would be something else. In that case, the back end would have to tell the front end, and then that kind of stuff you can throw into local storage. Maybe the back end is returning like auth true. What I mean, yeah, it could be something like that, or you could like just send it like, okay, here's like stuff in headers of like who the user is, like their username and their ID and something else. Token duration could be helpful too, and that stuff would be in a non-HTTP only cookie or in local storage. Like here's that cookie of how to set it. A lot of people doing this wrong. It's so easy to get it wrong. Like I get it wrong half the time anyways myself, which is why in production stuff, I don't do that auth myself. I rely upon a third party service like Auth0. And currently Auth0 is my favorite one. It's the easiest one to get into. Even with Rust, it's not that bad. And it doesn't even have any official libraries for it. I'll use ABS Cognito. I've heard things about it. I don't know. Like I've never tried it myself. I've heard people complaining about it, and I've heard people saying like, but a lot of companies use it. So I would imagine that it has all the things you'd possibly want. It's cheaper than Auth0. I am paying nothing for Auth0 right now. So I guess like eventually it probably becomes cheaper than Auth0. Auth0 does seem like to be optimized for smaller companies. And I should ask Auth0 to sponsor me? Maybe. They're now owned by Okta. So I would have to like potentially ask Okta, and all of my contacts that used to work at Okta have moved on. So I don't know anybody there anymore. When you have more users, you're paying in a lot. I mean, yeah, at that point, I would probably switch over to something else. You get 50,000 users for free. Let me see. I get a decent number in Auth0. Let me check because I don't remember what the number is. Okay, where is that? Oh, subscription. Okay, so I get, yeah, I only get like 7,000 users for free. If I were to go to a, oh, it's active users too, and an active user is a user that is activated within the current month. So 7,000 users per month essentially. I can get 10,000 users for the next level up, which is $23. Same for professional, and as many as needed for enterprise. If I get over 7,000 people paying me for courses in a month, I am gonna be happy. But yeah, if like at that point, like if I need to switch over to Cognito, that's something that we can do at that time. If a front end needs to read it, then you have to do it. You have to do it wrong until somebody comes up with a better solution. Yeah, that's true. If a front end needs to read it. So in this case, I get the token from Auth0 and then I send it to other things. I don't create the token, and Auth0 is in charge of like figuring out all that stuff. So that way I can not have as many backends and save a little bit of money on that side. Okay, so what was I doing? I completely forgot. Oh, we're creating a new thing. So insert LMS articles 1. We want to object, set the object. All right, so for this insert there, we probably do have content. And so for this content, that's going to be the content. Okay. I also want, so it's all content. I'm not going to attach it to courses yet. So I also want to set the title, and this will be, title. Okay. Now coming back, go ahead and give me the content. So I I don't know if I need the content ID or not. I just need the content. I need I can have all of that. I don't need the course articles. I'm gonna go to ask for it, but I'm not gonna get them. Right. Okay. So if I attempt to create this, let's do we're gonna have title. The title would be created in Hasura. We have content, and then this would be something like hello, new line, hi. Okay, and that gives this back. Okay, so you're happy. As the mistake I made the other day is I didn't actually test it before throwing it in here and using it. Okay, so I now have you in here. I want to create an API. No, I need a, before I do that, I need yank you. We're going to go to source database queries. Throw you in there. Keep on doing P instead of W. Okay, so that's the wrong one too. I want this to be API insert article. Okay, so you're happy there. This implements debug. Oh, cannot find timestamp in the module. Okay, so pub type timestamp equals yes, probably just a string. Okay, so you're happy there. Now that I have this, I can create an API call. Oh, and it's 11:30 already. I don't have time to create an API call. I promised my wife I'd head out to a farmer's market with her, and we want to get there for lunch, and it's 11:30. So if I work until 12, we'll be late. So I think what I'll end up doing let's see, nothing else is there, so I think we're good. All right, let's go ahead and git commit all this stuff. All right, so here I do have to do a git add that. All right, we're good to go here. So git commit. I don't need the -a anymore because I've already added them. This is sort of work in progress, creating an article. And I'll push all of those things up. Oh, and I should also push up the changes we made to YCL. So status, commit. Okay, so this is, we added debug to a lot of things. Debug and default. And I'll push that up. Yeah, it's to main, but things are probably unhappy because I've got some warnings in there. But it's okay for right now. Okay, so I've got all that stuff. I think I'm good to go. So with that, I will not be back on Monday. So remember last week how I took Monday off in order to go to the dentist? Well, when I went to the dentist, they were very confused because apparently it was this Monday, not last Monday. They did they said they would have let me just go in and like be a standby for a cleaning, but unfortunately last Monday was their surgery day, so they asked me if I wanted to do a standby for random oral surgery, and I politely declined and decided to wait until this week and do it again. So I will not be streaming on Monday. I will be back on Tuesday morning, where we'll continue working on this. I will most likely work on this a little bit this weekend, see how far we get, and then we'll go from there. So with that, I hope that you all have a great rest of your Saturday, great Sunday, and I will see you next time. Bye.